Welcome back. I'm Larry. So tonight we're working on my 351 Cleveland, and we're going to be installing the spark plugs in these aluminum heads. So let's go and jump into it and get started. So for edelbrock specs, they say to use a 14 millimeter by 3/4 reach gasketed spark plug or something similar. They recommend Champion, RC12YC, or an equivalent, and also use anti-seize. So I went with the Champion RC12YC because I like Champion. Usually I run Motorcraft, but since I can't in this case, Champion's always been my second choice. And I'm going through and gapping all these at 45 because it's still a stock DuraSpark electronic ignition, and the range on that is 42 to 45. So I just did 45 because it's a little bit hotter of an engine, more compression. Always check your gap. This is how most of the plugs looked when I pulled them out of the box. As you can see, that's a whole lot different versus how they look after they've been gapped. So always double check that. Okay, so for this, I'm using nickel and the nickel anti-seize. This is part number 40 if you want it. What I find works best is just apply a thin line around the plug and then rub it in. It's ready to be installed. All right, according to edelbrock's specs, they say torque spark plugs to 10 foot-pounds. All right, so I got my ratchet set to 10 foot-pounds. Now I can tighten these down. I'll let it give a few clicks just so then if it needs to reseat or set or anything, it can. Sometimes when I do the second click, I feel it move a little bit more. Every time I feel that click, I feel it move a little bit, so I just have to make sure it's fully seated. And you could run these down with a ratchet by hand, tight, and then come back and click them with the ratchet. And basically, if you don't have a way, like if you don't have a torque wrench that goes to 10 foot-pounds, just good and hand tight. You don't want to over tighten them because they are going into aluminum, but good and hand tight is good enough for that if you don't have a torque wrench. So they're all good installed, and I usually just come back and double check them one more time just because I'm particular like that. But that is a done deal, and completely installed spark plugs now. I already did the other side, so we're good. Alrighty guys, and that is a done deal. Now I will say that I'm usually somebody that don't use a torque wrench to put spark plugs in, but I'm also used to cast iron heads, and I have a tendency to put them in a little bit too tight because I have put them in by hand on cast iron trying to be easy, and I have had one come loose before. So I got a bad tendency to over tighten spark plugs in cast iron, but in cast iron it don't really matter as much. With these, I want to be extremely careful, so I use a torque wrench. And if you're like me, you might want to use a torque wrench too, at least to get the feel for how tight they're supposed to be, and then you'll kind of know how to go from there. So that is a done deal. This thing is really looking good. I already got my timing set. So I put it on 14 degrees to start with. And the reason being is if once this starts up, it's not gonna be on 14. I've always seen that whatever you set on, it's gonna be at least a couple degrees, if not 4 or 5 degrees lower than what you set it at. I think the last time I did this, the first engine build was, I set it at 12. I think it was on like 6 or 8. So it has a tendency to drop once it's running because everything's got tension on it, like the chain is going to stretch a little bit and it's going to cause it to be a little bit more loose. So I set it on a 14, hoping it'll drop down to around 10 or so, 8 to 10, and then I can fine tune the timing from there. But this will at least get it running. And but that's already set, distributor's in. And the only reason I wouldn't have put the distributor in now is because usually I run a chain across like this when I pull engines, but since I bought this plate here now, I could put the distributor in ahead of time, which is really nice. And this is the first time I've ever used one. I know people use them all the time, but this is the first time I'm using it. And I don't feel I've always been a little skeptical of it, but I ain't quite as worried about it since the whole top end's aluminum now. It's a lot lighter than it was if I had just like an aluminum intake on cast iron heads and all. It's a lot lighter, so it's about 76 pounds lighter. So yeah, this is looking good, and I cannot wait to get it installed. Alrighty guys, well that's all there is for this video. That's how you do the spark plugs on this, you know, if you're interested. And like I said, I went with Champion. You can use NGK or whatever is equivalent to a 14 millimeter by 3/4 reach, and the 3/4 reach is how deep the threads are on the spark plug. It's 3/4 of an inch. So, and it has to be a gasketed spark plug, so make sure you get that as well, because the Motorcraft spark plugs I usually run actually will go in this. Actually will go in these heads and screw down, but they're not gasketed, so that's why you can't use them. So be mindful of that. And they say if you don't use the 14 millimeter 3/4 reach with a gasket, it could cause damage. So NGK is good, but I went with Champion because I've always liked Champion. I've always been Motorcraft in my Fords, but Champion was always my second go-to. So did it. They look like a good plug, and yeah, I'm happy with it. So that's all there is for this one. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the drop box down below. And that's all there is for this one. So till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.